Hello. Okay, we are on. We are live. How is everybody doing today? Thank you so much for hopping on in. Glad to see you, Birdie, Mike, Carolyn, Cheyenne, Big Dad I. How are you doing? Thank you so much for hopping on. Pyro God, Huggy Black. Thank you so much for making it. Dragoon, how are you doing? Mike. Everybody, thank you so much for hopping on and hit that like button. This is going to be a very, in a sense, apologetic video. We're going to be talking about the situation of the last couple reactions to Sam and Colby. Yep, we're going to be talking about Sam and Colby a little bit. There is a video, or a couple videos, that really kind of dive into the whole situation. I mean, I woke up not too long ago, so you have to forgive me. It's 6 in the afternoon, and I woke up at like 5. This was beginning to bother me, though, because I had a lot of people leaving comments, and rightfully so, understandable, respectable opinions that I really overlooked, I think. I really think I made a little bit of an error. I think I was a bit too harsh and a bit too drastic when it came to my opinion on the whole Sam and Colby situation with the girl and Forest Haven and how they handled that situation. I really did not this is not your typical live stream, by the way. I really did not think before I spoke, and sometimes I do that. Sometimes I can be a bit blunt, and sometimes I can be a bit annoyed when I'm watching how someone else treats a situation. The situation I'm talking about is how they treated the whole Forest Haven incident. And maybe I was a bit blunt and harsh, and I wasn't trying to be. I think people truly believe I hate Sam and Colby, and I think people truly believe that I was really blaming them for the situation that happened, which I really hope you guys truly don't believe I was blaming them for that situation. I've said it many times. I do not blame them for that situation. They were younger, they were more naive. If I was in that situation, I could have possibly done the same thing. That is absolutely 100% true. If I was in that moment where I was in the Forest Haven situation and there was a girl screaming in the middle of the night, who knows? Maybe I would have ran too. I think I would have. And I think that was because I get annoyed by situations like that so much. Because I do take situations like that very seriously. I do care about people. And when that happened, I was heartbroken because they were not far away. And it's like one of those moments to where you wish you could have been there so you could have done things differently. It was one of those moments to where it was like really kind of beating me up on the inside, so I really got annoyed by how they handled it. Now, the last few minutes of the video, I really don't defend. I really do think that was the wrong way to end the video, where they decided to get out of the forest, and they decided to, like, yeah, hit the like button, subscribe to these guys, and then they said, like, okay, now we gotta worry about her, and I'm like, maybe that was, like, the first thing you should have done. That did annoy me. That part, I won't defend. That part, yes, absolutely 100% annoyed me. Everything else was probably pretty accurate of how most people would have handled that situation, if I were to be honest. It is 100% how they probably would have handled that situation. And I really, again, and don't make apologies for me, I feel like an idiot because I was a little bit too blunt and harsh. And again, in those situations, man, it's very easy not to feel that way, right? And I think most people could agree that probably when in those moments, and I was actually really kind of considering, was I the only one who thought this way? Because maybe I was being a bit too blunt and harsh with them. And I went to the comment section of that video, and no, there was a lot of people who actually did agree with me on that situation, like at the end of the video, where when they were they saw a police officer in the parking lot, and they just decided to choose to go turn right and still continue to film their video, when the screams were not even that far. Like, the screams were at least a couple yards out from where they were. I mean, it was quite obvious. I mean, the screams were not far. But again, please do not misconstruct that I am blaming them for that situation. It could have ended that way regardless. If I had to be, again, honest with that whole situation. For all I know, could it have saved that person's life? Possibly yes. But could it have changed anything? Possibly no. I don't know. But that video, again, guys, is like, how old? That situation has passed. It's ended. These are things I just wanted to quickly kind of give my opinion again on. was not trying to come off as blunt and as harsh and as toxic, as Peachy put it, as I was. It was not my intentions. So again, I do apologize. Sometimes, and it's not the only time too. I've done this in other videos too. This is not the first time I've been toxic about certain situations. And it is, thank you. Yes, it is Peachy. It is. It's very easy to say something. But I will say this. I will say this for a fact. I would have put the camera down as soon as I as soon as I got out of the woods. I would put the camera down, and I would have ran up to that police officer and said there are screams coming from the woods. That is something I would have for a fact have done. But in that situation where they were out in the middle of the woods and they're hearing screaming in the pitch black dark, yes, 100% understandable. This is not something I have not said before. I mean, this is something I have said before. I don't blame them for doing that. Who knows? I probably would have done the same thing. I would have been a little bit freaked out. They're screaming in the woods. It's pitch black out here. We need to get out of these woods. Yes, 100%. Let's get the hell out of the woods. I'm not blaming them for that. I'm not blaming them for anything. So please don't misconstruct it. I just got annoyed at the end when they decided to film instead of run up and get that police officer. The police officer was in the parking lot for a good few seconds, so they could have ran up and got him really quick. That is something I feel like they could have done, but instead they wanted to finish the video. Which again, I guess I get, but at the same time, I really feel like that they were, you know, that could have been handled better, and that's in my opinion, that last few minutes could have been handled better. But yes, everything else, not, obviously, I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys what is right from wrong. Obviously, the situation has ended a long time ago. It happened. It is unfortunate, but it is what it is at this point. And the guy who did it was caught, and he's in jail, so he's in prison. So that whole situation is ended. But I really did not want to come off like that toxic individual. I truly did not, and I do apologize about that again. They could have ran up and got him. Then they would have been arrested, and the girl wouldn't have gotten help anyway. Honestly, I don't know that, right? I don't know that because I wasn't there. I didn't do the situation. I didn't. She seemed like she was screaming, so she sounded like she was alive at the time of that happening. I don't know what could have played out and how it would have played out. I mean, we're all just obviously taking hypotheticals here. We don't know the whole situation. I don't know the whole situation, so I do apologize for putting my opinion on it, like slapping it, like this is how I would have done it, not the way I was trying to come off. I completely understand the understanding, and again, this is something I said too. I would have preferred to spend a few days in jail if it meant that a cop could have got to her in time. I would have. I mean, probably been more than that, but at the same time, again, these guys were young. They were young, and they were young, and I could have been young, and maybe I would have thought differently. Who knows? Who knows? But again, I was not trying to blame them at all. It's easy to get annoyed by videos like this sometimes because at the end of the day, you're like, why didn't you guys just get the police? Why didn't you guys do this, that, and this? And that is so easy to do. So again, the difference between a lot of people and the people who come at me and criticize me for that, it's understandable. But the difference is that I talk about it on video. I do reactions to Sam McColby, so it was just something that came out and it wasn't meant to be taken too seriously. I do apologize. I was not trying to come off like I was blaming them. That's very easy to say though, but it would feel so different in the situation is what I'm saying. I know what you're saying, and I respect what you're saying. I again, like I think that's my main thing though, is I want to get across right now is just please do not misconstruct me or misunderstand. I am not blaming Sam and Colby for that situation. Were the few minutes the one part where I was like, yeah, they could have done that differently? Yeah, I feel like they could have done that differently. But they were going to call the cops anyways, right? And they would have probably had to tell them that, they were walking on private property. And even if they didn't, they would have lied to the police officers because the video is on the internet, right? I mean, they would have gotten caught either way. They were out there. They can't hide that. They filmed it. They filmed it, so. At 9:15, you're going to leave the stream. I don't think this is going to be a long stream. This is really just kind of me apologizing to the people who might have found me annoying or a bit too harsh and blunt and really going after them for something that was obviously out of their powers, which it really was. The whole situation was completely out of their power. They had no control over the situation whatsoever. I completely understand that. I completely agree with that. So, I just hope you guys understand where I was coming from in that situation. It was me reacting to a video, and there were some annoying things in that video, and I just kind of relate it on my screen. That's basically what happened. Is just I could not keep it down. I said what I said in the moment of the situation. So, yes, I completely understand why everybody's getting aggravated and annoyed by how I treated that situation. Yeah, no, it's fine, it's fine. It's like, it's not even like people were giving me a lot of hate. Even they wanted to acknowledge that they weren't hating on me, but they did find me annoying that I was kind of like jumping on this, and it's like, I get where you're coming from. I do. And I really wanted to make this separate video kind of to explain myself, and hopefully you understand where I was coming from. It really was not trying to come after them specifically. That was a situation that they could not have fixed. It was a situation that was unfortunate. It was heartbreaking. That's why it bothered me, because it was a situation that I couldn't have helped out with. I do that all the time with videos like this. I really wish I could have been there to help more, but at the end of the day, it was a long time ago. It is what it is. So that's basically what I wanted to cross the screen. I know, PG. I know. You don't have to tell me. I know. I know who I know the person I know. I fucked up right there, yeah. You guys don't have to apologize. I get it. No, I think a lot of people, it's not just me too. A lot of people wish they took that situation a little bit more seriously. I think that's fair. I think, yeah, I get it. I do. Because, these guys are probably around the 20 years of age, 19, 20 years, 21 years of age, and they could have maybe been more serious, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. Oh, wow. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Adam, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Absolute fuck, damn, dude. Thank you. You just gifted me 5 members. Holy shit. You're a badass, man. Which I say out of love, not out of hate. I care. That's why I'm looking out for you. I appreciate that. I really do. And I mean, at the end of the day, as long as you just understand my intentions behind what I was saying, I wasn't trying to be a negative Nancy. Thank you. Yes. Oh, he just gifted 5. Oh, that's awesome. Capuch, that's awesome. Thank you so much, Adam. I'm glad you at least see that. My intentions were not supposed to be negative, but they came off negative, which is not something, again, I wished for anything, especially a situation like this where it is a serious situation, someone's life was taken. But at the end of the day, do I think they could have handled the last few minutes better? I'm not trying to be a broken record. I do that sometimes, guys, by the way. I'm a broken record sometimes. I think they could have handled the last few minutes better, but that's basically as far as that whole situation is. Yes, I do think that a few minutes in prison or jail would have been worth it if maybe there was a possibility I could have saved someone's life at the end of the day. But I get it. They were young. They were naive. It was an old video. Fuck it. It is what it is now. No reason to dwell. I just reacted to it because people wanted me to react to it, obviously. That's the only reason why. And then when I reacted to it, that's what came out. So it was literally, yeah, wrong place at the wrong time situation kind of deal. Yeah. You're probably not the only person that felt that way. I know for a fact I'm not the only person who felt that way. There was a lot of negative comments in the comment section of their video. That was an older video. That was at least 2017 or 18. I'd probably guess, right? Sam and Colby Forest Haven. 2017, yeah. It was a few years ago. Yeah, it is what it is, guys. It is what it is. This is the last time I'll ever talk about it. I just want to let you know that if you were one of the people who found me annoying, understandably so, I'm not going to argue. I get it. I really was watching. That's kind of what I do as a reactor, is when I'm watching something, regardless of how negative or how positive it is, normally that's what comes out. If I get annoyed, I admit that I'm annoyed. If I get toxic, apparently, I let out that I'm toxic. It was never meant to be like I am blaming these guys for the situation that happened. Like you guys are responsible for the murder of that girl because you guys did not help her out as soon as possible. No, that is not what I'm saying. I just at the end of the video was I was getting antsy. I was getting antsy. I'm like, okay, guys, get on the phone. Police. Like there was 4 guys there. One of you guys could have been on the phone. But at that point, it was just again one of those situations to where it just did not look good on film. They almost should have just cut the camera right there and finished it after, because it would have saved them that issue. Because again, I'm not the only person who thought that. I'm sitting there and I'm like, you guys could be on the phone right now, but that's not what they did, and they have to live with that. They posted the video the way it was, and that's not on me. That was on them. So that part was on them. Maybe if they had, ended the video, then came back to it after they got in the police, then it would have been like, okay, there was no problems. But that's not what they did. And this is why I love your reactions. They are different from all other reactions, and you are truthful to yourself and viewers. Give us more. I'm going to try and bring some positivity vibes to the stream. I'm going to play Pokemon Legends Arceus. That's nice. You know what just came out on Switch, by the way? And I'm not trying to... No, I'm not taking it seriously. But again, this situation, quite a few years past, it is what it is now. The guy who committed the crime is obviously in jail. That's all we can say. That's the good part. He's in jail. He's in prison. He's not coming out. So, but Pokemon Stadium, I guess, was re-released for the Nintendo Switch, and I guess it's online play now. Soon I'll have a new apprentice and far younger and more powerful. Wait, did I say that out of line? Damn, so much galactic domination. But again, thank you for hearing me out. I really hope that the people who were really coming at me see this video and can hopefully at the end of the day understand where I was coming from. I wasn't trying to get under your skin, but again, as a content creator, that is something I'm just gonna have to get used to. That my opinion will not hit with everybody. There's a couple of comments. Guys, understandable so. These comments are completely... They're okay. They have the right. And most of the people, thankfully, obviously we're not trying to come off as like they were hating on me. They were just telling me what was annoying about that situation. That's awesome. I love the honesty. If you guys have that honest opinion, do it. Like, say it. Like, I appreciate that honesty. It made me realize my situation. Like, maybe I was a bit too harsh. This was a very serious situation. Maybe I came off like I really was coming at them in that really negative way to where it could have made it come off like I was hating on them, maybe blaming them for even the situation itself. And that's not what I was doing. That's not what I was trying to do. We all do and say stuff we regret. It's okay. Some of the things I will say, like, I do regret saying, obviously, the situation where they were in the woods, and I'm like, I don't think I said anything about coming over there and trying to tackle that person. Maybe I did, but again, that was because I was just so annoyed by the whole situation. I'm like, there's a girl literally being murdered, like, several yards out, and we're just talking and filming a video like that. Obviously, I think that's not just me. That's a lot of people in those situations where they're like, guys, come on now, come on. But... that's just kind of what relayed with that was what relayed on screen when I was reacting to it. So it's not something I can really take back. It is what it is. That's just how the reaction turned out at the end of the day. The stream did not end. No. And by the way, thank you for hitting that like button, guys. Mr. Inc., my parents might get divorced, and I don't know what to really do. I'm sorry to hear that. That is not an easy thing to go through. See? There we go. Betty, hey man, not gonna lie, I did find it annoying, but you saying this now, I completely understand, so thanks for explaining and always... Look, and again, Betty, all of you guys that actually left a comment, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I don't mind looking back on myself and realizing my faults and what I said, and maybe how over the top and over-exaggerated I got. I don't mind that because sometimes I do it. And this is not, again, not for just for this video. I've done it several times throughout the years of me watching Sam and Colby. Sometimes I'll really go at them. And it's just in the moment, I really tend to get annoyed by certain things they do. And it's not like I'm the only one. And even like hardcore, diehard Sam and Colby fans get annoyed by them too. That's just something that happens. I try not to take your opinions to heart when they are harsh. It's in the heat of the moment. I'm watching the video. I'm watching these things unfold, and it just comes out. I don't want to be reminded that Evil Dead Rise is coming out. I was trying to sleep, and the ad for the movie was playing every 5 minutes, so I had nightmares all night. All I was doing was just minding my own business, making my own lyric video and remastered and streaming now. Nightmare or worse. Andre, you need to be harsh to keep it real. Look. The harshness though in that moment specifically was a bit too much. Like sometimes when the paranormal investigations happen, I'm not afraid to be harsh when the paranormal investigations happen. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I am very blunt and harsh when it comes to paranormal investigations, but when it comes to situations like this where there was actually a literal a poor innocent girl murdered, I should have took a step back, looked at the whole situation better. That is what I'll say about that. The paranormal investigations, fine. I can really go at that, but like when it comes to this situation, I should have been a little bit more understanding of the whole scenario. Yeah, I wasn't trying to disrespect. Like I see what you're saying, PG. I wasn't trying to disrespect the person who died. You know, like that's obviously something I did not hopefully relay on the screen. It annoyed me that there was a situation like that was happening. So I really wanted to like be there. Like that's what was going through my mind. I'm a 26-year-old guy. I'm like, come on, guys, get on the phone with the police. But this is an older video. Again, these guys were, and I was around their age at the time too. So like I was probably around 20 or 19 years old when they were filming that video. So who knows? Maybe I would have bolted shit too. I don't know. But at the end of the day, the only thing I can tell you was what I would have done differently was as soon as I got out of the woods, I would have put the camera down and I would have ran up to that officer, regardless if I'm spending a night in prison or jail, whatever. That's what I would have done. And probably out of not even thinking, I probably would have just ran up there and told the police officer. I didn't come because I didn't want to be rude, and I did agree with you what you said in the video, just the way you said it. And exactly, that's my... No, Betty, it's okay. I get it. Even if you were being harsh, I'd have been like, all right, bring it. Throw the tomatoes, it's okay. I get it. I really do. I did not come off respectful in that video. If murdered people want to connect, will do so. A family murdered by a ghost. There is police footage going through the house and hearing mom and daughter crying. They had to. I remember I watched that. That was a pretty unsettling video. But at least the police got involved in the arrest. They did catch the criminal, so he's done. Yeah. I'm sure Sam and Colby would think like you today, looking back at. I'm sure they do. No, and their situation is 5,000 times worse, guys. And I'm sure that eats them alive. If whenever they do think about that, whenever that video comes up, I'm sure they think about that situation all the time, how they could have done things differently. I'm sure that does. I'm sure it does. And maybe I was being a little bit too insensitive to their feelings too. Obviously, they are human beings like me. They feel regret. They feel sorrow. They feel. I'm sure they looked at that whole situation and were absolutely heartbroken from it. I have no doubt in my mind. Right, I do appreciate your honesty. Like, if anything, if you guys leave comments on this video, it was cool. Leave honesty. I appreciate it. I don't kiss ass to a lot of content creators, and I'm glad to hear that a lot of you guys don't like to do that either. I have noticed paranormal videos kind of boring lately. I have noticed paranormal videos kind of boring lately. Exploring with Josh did an awful video where he goes to a house and gets barely any activity, and it does look bored and tired to the stick. Well, sometimes, you know, in paranormal investigations, you're not going to catch anything. Hey, John, how you doing, man? The psychic. Would you say you're... Would I say I'm what? Hey, Jordan, did you know that the girl in the movie Jaws at the helicopter scene, Judith Eva Barr, she was actually abused so much that... I may have heard something about that. Well, of course. Yeah, I'm feeling guilty. Yeah, absolutely. I feel bad. I do. It was like when I was watching that video, my emotions came out. I was getting annoyed by watching, you know, just barely coming, you know, young adults in the situation handle the situation probably in the way I would not, as a 26-year-old, would have handled that situation. And it just came out on screen. So, yeah, I think I was being a little bit too harsh to them. Yeah, absolutely. No worry, Huggy Black. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for hopping on in. But yeah, no, look, this situation specifically, I was a bit too harsh. A bit too harsh. Again, I was not blaming them for the situation. I think anybody could have seen that. I was not, and most people, if that was the case, people would have been saying, you know, stop blaming them for this situation. But it's not what I was doing, obviously. So I wasn't like going to that extent, like, you know, motherfuckers and stuff like that. No, obviously not. Bro, Jordan, you're literally 4 years older than Party Killer Tunes. But yeah, but I do get it, guys. I'm not dumb. I do get it. My situation right now, I get where I was wrong. I wasn't wrong on everything. It's just I was a bit more blunt and harsh than I should have been. Yeah. And by the way, if I ever do paranormal investigation someday, I'm worried that my videos will be boring too, because it's like if I don't catch anything, that is what's going to be on camera. Mostly just me walking around a haunted building. I need to summon entities to me. I don't know. Yeah, that's what I mean. They must be riddled with guilt, and you were being disrespectful to them, not to the girl survivor's guilt. And honestly, when I first watched the video, I thought the scream was scripted until I found out it was an actual murder under your comment section to the exact reaction video. Hey, thanks so much for hopping on in. No, yeah, no, the scream was not scripted. No. Sorry, I'm just waiting for more comments to hop on and not trying to be boring right now. Go to an active house, do your salt circle around you, and ask the entity if you want to connect with you to come around. The circle will protect you. Try to put. Anyway, I need to have. It's Gang Beasts tonight. Oh, nice. Go have fun, Peachy. Awesome. I think I'm going to sign off. I'm getting real tired, and I think I might call it a night. All right, Carolyn, thank you so much for hopping on in. I really do doubt Colby's cancer has anything to do with the paranormal. Like he said, he's just unlucky in that situation. No, I don't think it has anything to do with the paranormal. I'm going to Butte, Montana on Saturday. I need to go to sleep, so I will see you in the next stream. Oh my gosh, like 5 people decided they wanted to leave. Oh my gosh, I get it though. I get it. I've been thinking about checking out the movie Cat's Eye. That's a pretty good one. It's different. It's kind of a slow burn in a sense. All right, good night, Carolyn. Thank you so much for hopping on in. Alba Colby got cancer before and after the start of Paranormal Chasing. Later, Carolyn. Yes, I'm totally changing the subject. No, go for it. Go for it. It's. I think we got pretty much everything passed. I think it's all said and done. Just really wanted to quickly state my opinion about the matter. A little bit too harsh, a little bit too blunt. Wasn't trying to make them feel even more guilt. So, I mean... Hey, Megan, how are you doing? Thank you so much for hopping on in. More than likely, though, they'd never watch my videos anyway, so it is what it is. Any updates on the channel warning things? No, I have not gotten anything yet. I will certainly update you as soon as I get something. Yeah, the video's old, guys. At the end of the day, it is what it is. And I could only imagine the sort of level of hate that video has on it. Like, I got a little bit of the bruntness from obviously people who think I was being too harsh, but I could only imagine what that video in the comment section, how much people are shitting on them for that already. Forest Haven. I'm actually going to the comment section right now. Yeah. Yeah, but it's good to see that people are still, like, obviously on their side, because, you know, that situation, again, was definitely not, yeah. Sorry, I'm just looking at the comment section on that video to see if they are getting any hate. Thankfully, it does not look like, more of the newer stuff does not look horrifying, so... Alright. Hey, what's up, Fachi, I mean. What's up, man? Oh, yeah, no. More people who comment on that kind of shit now are probably people who are, like, coming back to it. Are you gonna finish the Chernobyl videos for Sam and Colby Ghosts? Did I not finish the Chernobyl series for Sam and Colby? I thought I did. I thought I watched the whole series. Thank you guys for hopping on in, by the way. I really appreciate you. By the way, Jordan, if I'm really going to start thinking about being known by lots of people in the future, I have thought the name is... oh, nice. Yeah, go for it. Hell yeah. Hi, Jay. I once used to go to a guy stream over 10 years ago with was friends with him on Facebook. though not close friends, he was a very nice guy until I learned he killed 3 of his workmates and himself. True story. Holy shit. That is fucked up. I actually used to work with a guy at Walmart, and I didn't know this, but like he seemed like a really decent, person. But then, like out of nowhere, I see a news article, and the guy was actually like apparently really sexist. He was like really sexist, and he had a plan to like kill a bunch of women. Yeah, I used to talk to this guy too. Like he seemed like a normal guy. Then all of a sudden, I hear all that shit. And I'm like, oh my god, that guy was a piece of shit. Thank you so much for becoming a member, Buttercup. I appreciate it. I really do. Thank you so much. The past is the past, right? It absolutely is. And again, guys, they were just completely wrong place at the wrong time at that time. So, please don't misconstruct me. I'm on their side in this situation. There was literally nothing they probably could have done in that situation. Probably nothing at all. Randy Stair was his name. I love your video, so why not? Oh, thank you so much. Well, the more the merrier. Again, the sooner we hit our goals, the sooner I can start doing paranormal investigations and making more original content with my buddies, which, who knows? I don't know if they're going to be on the level of Sam and Colby, but we'll do our best to try to be different. No, don't worry about it, Betty. Don't worry about it. Jordan, you should be the icon of Walmart. Your local Walmart teenager. Buy one, get one free. Yeah, anything about money will make people go crazy. I work as a bank teller. Customers entitled as heck. How we know the girl was alive when she screamed? What if it was her entity? I mean, if you really wanted to, like, something tells me she was probably alive at that moment. If I had to actually guess. But that's like a really out there kind of theory. I have a feeling she was probably alive. Mr. Beast. So I think we just gained like 6 members today. Holy shit. Because of Adam fucking gifting me 5 members, and now we have a 6th one. Holy shit. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it. That's 6 members we didn't have. I'm actually waiting for the day where like everybody just starts becoming members. What is your dream paranormal investigation location? Oh man, that's a good question. My dream paranormal investigation location would probably have to go to... I really wanted to go to the Clown Motel. I thought that'd be fun, but something tells me it's not really that haunted. No, you got 13 members in the chat. Your chat is cursed, Jordan. I mean, today we gained like 6 today. We have like, I think, yeah, almost like 40 now, probably, members. It was really clear, like next to them, but there was nothing there. Did she? Well, I mean, it was also really dark. I wouldn't say it was right next to them. That's why I said it was like a few yards out. It was not right next to them. It was off in the distance a little bit, but it was completely dark out, so you wouldn't have been able to see much of anything anyways. Another reason why it was probably wise to get the hell out of there. It's a great time to see a grown man and woman throwing a tantrum because you said no. Yeah, you get that a lot, especially in retail. When I worked in retail, you'd get that shit a lot. Like, nope, we don't have that, and they'd be like, well, your website says you do, so you might want to reconsider what you're saying there, bud. And I'd be like, oh. Many parents who haven't seen the internet before. Some videos you should check out: the overnight staying at Suicide Bridge and overnight and at the Catacombs. Yeah, I saw the Catacombs one. I didn't watch the video, but I saw it like the other day just scrolling through YouTube. I thought about it because like the Catacombs make me uncomfortable. It's like the one place I don't know if I'd ever want to go. It's the Catacombs. No, I personally do not believe that the customer is always right. I know that's like the slogan. The customer is always right. No, they're not. I've even said to customers' faces before, nope, we do not have that, so you're wrong. Yeah, we dealt with that shit all the time. Yeah, nope, Jordan, good luck. Well, thank you. The Catacombs one is really good, and they get pretty weird and creepy. I'll have no doubt. Catacombs were always weird and creepy, though, to begin with. Half-time to customer is never right because they don't work there. I do, yeah, exactly. I know where everything is, pretty much, at the store. Yeah, you don't know shit. Unless you shop there 24/7. Even then, you still wouldn't know, because I like the back rooms and stuff. Oh, I know. Yeah, there's Megan in the chat. In retail, we are supposed to praise bad behavior in adults. Yeah. Yeah, retail, dude, is a little bit of a twisted kind of thing. I really hope I don't have to. I really hope I don't ever have to go back to retail, man. That's one of the reasons why I was hoping that YouTube would actually like really kick off for me, is because like I really do not want to go back to retail. Retail fucking sucks, and I certainly will never work at a fast food joint. Fuck that. Retail AO, so they reattach tails. So to what? We are supposed to give into the bad behavior. I mean, like they are greedy children. Yeah. Have a good day. Have a good night, you guys. Okay, well, I appreciate you becoming a member, Buttercup. Like, that is so sweet of you to do. And again, Adam, if you're still watching, man, thank you so much for gifting 5. That was extremely sweet, dude. Really helps out a lot. The more, the merrier. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, I do feel bad. Hey, welcome back, Big Dad Eye. People suck. Someone at the bank gets cussed at almost every day. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. People do suck. Yep, you'll deal with them everywhere. Oh, you bet some of them are rich. Probably. Probably. The bank, I guess, makes a little bit more sense why people get so mad, but like, because, you know, it's dealing with their personal money, so I guess I get it, but sometimes they will just go off for, like, no reason at all. They will just get so fucking egotistical, and really, I don't get it. I don't get it. Jordan just died for a few seconds because he was dead silent, yeah. Yeah, well, again, look, I do think about this shit. I really do, because, again, that was my reaction. It was just how I felt on camera at the time. So I have to deal with the repercussions of that later on, when people actually start getting really annoyed by me. And it is what it is. Like, it is what it is. I even felt for myself I was a bit too harsh the first time around. I really did. But there was no way of editing around that, so I just kind of kept it in. And it is what it is. At the time, yes. In the video, at the time, my feelings got over me, and that is what it is. I do die on the inside sometimes. Did you ever like Jake and Corey being in the videos with Sam and Colby? I actually think they do better off without them, if I had to be honest with you. I think they're actually really good. I mean, Corey with Sam and Colby's not bad, but Jake, I think, does better without them. I think Jake's stuff he's doing now is probably more suited for him. All right, guys. Well, I mean, I really don't want to end the live stream this early, but you should watch an Exploring with Josh video in a very active house, SK Pierce Mansion, and men that died and fire walked out. That sounds fucking intense. Most of them are very rich and throw fits, and they make mad even people with 42 cents and cry bait. Yeah, no, yeah. Yeah, they're... People can suck, man. They don't have no respect for workers or retail workers or anything like that. They have no respect. They just treat them like shit. All right, well, I wanted to make this video to kind of give you guys an idea about how I felt about the situation, and I hope that really cleared up some things. I hope that makes you understand where I was coming from at the time of the video. So If you're still annoyed by me, that's fine. This is just kind of me explaining myself more. So, all right, guys, I'll check you guys out later. Thank you so much for becoming members. I appreciate that. Adam, thank you so much for gifting me 5 members. I didn't even know you could do that, but you apparently can. And again, Buttercup, thank you so much for becoming a member too. That was very sweet of you. Well, thanks for exploring the whole situation and enjoyed your live. And bye. Keep up the good work. Okay, well, thank you so much. I appreciate it, guys. I appreciate most of you guys understand where I was coming from. That was the main thing I wanted to get out, because I'm mainly on the side of, you know, poor Sam and Colby in that situation. But at the time, I got annoyed with some of the things they decided to do. So it is what it is. But all right, the video's old anyways. The whole situation, again, yes, it already happened. So just me saying all these things really has no... All it does is really kind of pour more, like, fuel on the fire of something that's already kind of went out anyways. But I will check you guys out later. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I do appreciate hearing me out again. So take care, everybody.